Mm.
And here we go.
Yes. The Tiny Hat CEO has returned to the Renegade Roast. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful co host, as always, my FSU Harley Quinn. How are you doing today, Jen?
Doing so good and just enjoying this. It was 77 degrees here today. It was
Hmm.
beautiful in this beautiful city of Memphis. And yeah, that's all I can really say about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? It was all doom and gloom out here where I'm at. It was raining all day. It was wild, trash, and it's only fitting. It's only fitting, but it's only fitting because of what we saw on the field. And I'm telling you right now, if y'all thought last show was on some we was on some nut shit, we are about to burn this program to the dirt. I am 100% fed up with this out here. First off, shout out to the chat. Everybody in the chat, thank you for pulling up. But we about to have some
Thank
real
you.
talk tonight, people. We about to have some real talk because what I saw out there, like I said, what I saw out there was pure ass bouncing on camera. It might as well have been BET Uncut back in 2002. All right. It was nothing. There was nothing that I saw that was good out there. All right. It was a whole bunch of BBL ass just being thrown left and right everywhere. And I don't understand how the hell we got in this position. I don't understand what the hell this team is doing. I don't understand what all of these insiders saw when they were up there, but they lied to me all off season. And I was repeating them lies, bumping my gums. And then we had that trash bag of a show that we saw over there in Ireland just for us to come home 9 days later and to look like that and to look like that. So I want to get your thoughts on just the game overall before we start diving into the details on this trash ass game that we saw. How did you feel about what you saw yesterday?
I think I'm still speechless.
Mm,
I honestly, you could see it from the first play on offense that this was not going to happen. And again, guys, I picked Boston College for a reason. Y'all flamed me. Y'all all flamed me. You got mad at me. Jen. Boo. Guess what? Guess what Castellanos and Trayshawn Ward did to this team?
belt to ass is what they did. Belt to ass. They bent us over, pulled our pants down, and
Mhm.
paddled the shit out of us like this was 1962. That's what they
Trayshawn
did.
Ward had like a chip on his shoulder this whole game. He was sitting there laughing on the sidelines. You know what I saw on the sidelines of our team?
Nothing. Nothing.
This.
Hmm. Julian Armella,
That's it.
fresh burst fade with a gold
All
chain
you
on,
had was
clean
Ernie
jersey.
Sims over there. Like, that's it. That's it. Nobody else did a damn thing. They didn't pick up a, you know, just even, my God, they weren't even picking up the towels off the sidelines. They were standing there like, ugh.
Like what's going on? I don't understand. I thought these guys were just going to come in here and let us run roughshod all over them. We gonna get to what I feel about this coaching staff, but I just wanted to say what I saw on that field pissed me off at halftime. I told y'all last week at halftime that I was going to give them the first half, and if they look like what we saw when we were looking at that Georgia Tech game, that I wanted everybody to go somewhere else. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to go all youth movement second half and let them boys run for the rest of the season. That's what I wanted to see. I don't know what the hell this team was doing, but there was no fight. We got no dogs, and that's where I'm going to start. One thing about Florida State, even when we were bad, even during the lost decade as we called it, we had dogs on the field. You always had a player here, player there that was ready to go. Yo, shout out to Deshaun. What's going on,
What's
Playboy?
going on, y'all?
Boy,
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
look at this. We got Jen dressed in all black like the Omen. We got you look like you just coming out of a black hole out here, like you in a deep dive on this ass that we saw out here. This was piss poor. Let me jump in. Let me let you jump in here and just give me your overarching thoughts about what you saw with this trash ass game that we saw yesterday before we get into the details.
Well, I'll start with the offense, man. Once again, there was a lot of ineptitude, a lot of failure. I'm not going to dump it solely on one player. It was a team, and it was a bunch of individuals within the team that doesn't seem to. It's not clicking. It's a lot of crow that got to be eaten on the lies that were told about DJU. We know what it is. It is what it is, and the term is mud, straight ass cheats. He is not a quarterback. Maybe he should have been invested just like his brother playing D line. We'd be happy to trade with Tennessee. We could take his cousin, which I think would function. The offense would function much better with Ilama Leva. Or either Maya Villa, who transferred from UNLV to USC. I'll take any one of them, but he just ain't got the gene. It skipped. To play quarterback. He's not a quarterback. I'm pretty sure he's a good salesman, good man, a good person. But when we just discussing football, my guy, I think it's time for him to turn the shoulder pass in, put the playbook in, go in and fill out that application at Circle K, and he can get a Polar Pop for free on break.
100%, 100%. And that's what I was saying just now. I don't see no fight in this team. There ain't no dogs. During the lost decade, we had dogs out there. Even when we had Willie Taggart, running us into the ground, we had dogs out there. You would see them boys being pissed off, but they were out there fighting. That's what we saw. I ain't see no fight in them boys last night.
Yeah,
I saw zero fight in them boys last night. All of the ones who collected this big bread, they soft. I want to know what's really happening in these practices. I was looking at I went back and I watched it. I ain't watching this one 4 times like I did the first one. I watched it twice and I said, hell no. I was pissed off because they just kept showing the crowd over and over and over, and you just see dejected face after dejected face. And I just kept looking, and I started to notice, I'm like, we don't have proper technique. We not lined up right. They're not actually at the point of attack. They just getting moved. They don't even get to the point of attack. The damn Boston College line was moving them boys 3 and 4 yards back before the running backs even had contact. And then when the running backs did get to the hole, they was just like, oh, this is drywall. We could just walk right through this shit here.
Yeah.
And they fall forward. It was ridiculous.
Like, let's be honest here. They looked worse last night than they did against Georgia Tech. It was worse on all sides. At least when we got through with the Georgia Tech game, the running backs looked okay. That room looked okay. Last night, you can't tell me one other person other than Blake Nicholson and Cam Davis that looked okay. That's literally it. Those are my superlatives. And I'm sorry, that's not a huge superlative to give, okay? Because you looked like the best non-mid player on one of the worst teams I think I've ever put eyes on. And this includes Willie Taggart versus Boise State. I hate to bring this there. I really do.
That's
but
what
the
it
fire
is.
wasn't there. The fire was not there. There was nothing. There was no oomph. There was no coaching. There was no adjustments at halftime. Nada. They did nothing at halftime. What did they do at halftime? Did anybody see anything? What did the defense do? Did they learn to not do the sign language? Because I didn't see anybody doing sign language. That's a nice step up. But this was terrible. It was gross.
Yeah, you can never get any consistency. You saw in the second half, it was like there was some adjustments made and the defense did get off the field at times. But once again, the damn offense just put them in bad positions. Three and out, punt. And then the stupid decision to go for the interception. And you're on a fourth down. 4th and 17. And then we get back in the game, and it's at the time, 21-13, I believe, or 24-13, something like that. It doesn't matter at this point. But the defense turns around and let them march all the way down the field, basically running the fucking football. And this is not Florida State football. I don't care who it's on. This is not what this program has been built off. We're not even talking about wins and losses right now. We're talking about attitude, passion, and the way they play. They do not play with that. And it's about time to start throwing them out. And I will do that. I need 6 to turn his jersey in. I need 5 to turn his jersey in. And actually both of them to turn their fucking cars in.
Yep.
That NIL, it's time to question Mr. Ingram Smith, because I'll throw the names out there because it's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes with who's being told to keep who and who's not. But this is some bullshit. We retained a lot of turds. And anybody who knows coaching and knows football, we kept a lot of turds who put us through a lot of hell as a fan base, coaching staff, and everything with a bunch of bullshit online about getting paid pocket watching, and then the season starts and they play like straight trash.
I need somebody to talk to me about what 11 doing. I need them to figure out what the fuck they thought they had in 7. I was seeing on the timeline that Georgia people were like, hey, we can go ahead. Yeah, you can let him go. He ain't no dog. He looked the part, but he ain't no dog. And you can see it on the field. 11 and 7, that entire front 4. Every single one of them boys on that front 4, they need an attitude adjustment. I don't know if they need to make them boys go back and just do them rudimentary Herman Boone style drills where they just out there walking up underneath the shade, doing duck walks, holding caddies in the shade. That's what they need to do. They look sloppy. They don't look like they're ready to go. Them boys are out there just it is the lack of effort. That's what's killing me the most about it. You look good getting off the bus, but then you get in the game, you look like you don't know what the hell. You got a deer in headlights. And that's what threw me off. When I was taking notes on this game, the very first note that I wrote, because the Tiny Hat CEO be doing, I do work for y'all out here. Right? First thing I wrote was no fight. Second thing I wrote was no dogs. And then the third thing that I wrote was linebackers, what the fuck again?
Yeah.
All right. Outside of Nicholson. 10. Is that 10 that we talking about? 10?
Yeah, he
I don't want to
see
see
Boulder.
I don't want to see 10 on my field no more. 10, they picked on his big ass all night long. If you go back and watch that game, because I watched it twice, you go back and watch that game, every big play that was not a run, every pass that they threw, it was always a running back or a tight end that they put in coverage against
a linebacker
every single time. They didn't put a lot. They didn't put any of them on Nicholson, because Nicholson can run with them boys. They put them on 10 the entire night, and 10 was constantly getting beat. That was the knock on him last season, and that's been every time Bethune and Deloach would sit down and he had to come in there. They were like, "Oh, that's food right there. Let's go pick on him." And this year he was supposed to take the next step. He's going to be the next big thing. He's the senior leadership that we got, and he getting out there getting his ass bust. They
circled the duck, bro. That's what
every
they did last night. They circled the damn duck.
It was terrible. Everything that I saw, and then it was so bad. The front 7 was so bad that you started to see the outside guys get pissed off, and they start making mistakes. AZ Thomas had the one mistake on the outside. Shaheem Brown had an issue on the outside as well when they had that little pass that the man coverage on the weak side where they were supposed to cover that, and it turned up to a big gain. You start to see it, because if I'm a DB, the DBs don't get no play. All you see is AZ and Fentrell Cypress. Them boys ain't doing nothing but running in and tackling somebody 8 yards down the field, because we don't have no line or no linebackers to pull nobody down. Them boys ain't do jack on the defensive side of the ball. And we ain't even get to the offense yet. I'm just purely talking about what I saw on the defensive side of the ball. And that was the first thing that I wanted to get into. But before we start going into both sides, I want to start at the top again, because I said last week that the issue with the game last week at Georgia Tech was coaching. I'm going to stand on that 20 toes down right now. It was coaching. That was the biggest problem that we had in that game last night. Very first thing that I wrote down when I said the coaching, I said the play calling is atrocious. We're throwing the 84 again. Again. That's what we doing. Flea flicker against Boston College.
Is whoever, I know we're not going to say names, is he allergic to the ball? Because
I don't know. I guess he heard a trainer coming, I guess.
Is it hot potato? Because I don't know what's going on there. He was like sitting here just going, I mean, don't throw me the ball. Let me just throw it back on the ground. I'm going to catch it and then throw it back on the ground. I've never seen anything like what I saw. Honestly.
It was wild. And I'm like, Mike, you still throwing this dude the ball after he's shown you time and time and time again that he's not reliable. He don't have hands. And even if the ball hit him in the chest, it's going to hit him in the chest and hit the ground because it looked like he's scared of contact. So if you can't block, because you're supposed to be a pass catching tight end, if you can't block, and then the one thing that you're supposed to be good at, you ain't even doing that. You can't catch the ball. Why are you on my field?
That's right.
Why are you on my field? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. So let's talk. Let's start with the coaching. How did you feel about the coaching overall in this game here? Let me get your thoughts on that.
Man, I think it was more of the same with Georgia Tech, and it makes you ask how valuable once again is Atkins in the play calling in Mike's ear. You have to ask that question. I mean, but I'm going to touch on the coaching as far as the game, but we can also touch on the coaching overall.
We're gonna get to that.
But I'm gonna stay in the game. I'm gonna stay on topic then. As far as the game, Mike once again being cute with a lot of things. We didn't run the ball. It's almost like he heard everyone's voice from the Georgia Tech game and decided to turn that bitch to 100 instead of balancing it out. You didn't run the ball. You try to throw the ball every damn play, every damn down. You didn't do enough. They still stacked 9. Did you see their safeties? Their fucking safeties were in the box all night, and we didn't threaten at all. And even if we did, it wasn't going to fucking get there. It was either in the dirt, too wide, or you had a wide open man. I don't even want to talk about it because all this does is make my blood boil. You had a wide open receiver in which we all criticize. He actually gets open. We don't know if he was going to catch the bitch, but he was
probably
open.
Wasn't. No.
And this motherfucker throws it to the band.
To the band. Facts.
He throws it over in the far corner, man. What are we doing, man? By that time, that's when I was done. I was like, oh yes, I'm done. This is not going to work. This is an experiment that's not successful. I don't know what in the hell they spent the whole offseason doing. I don't know if it was just the weight of the coaches having to carry from last year and the snub, that they carried the weight, that they carried the weight with all the damn realignment talk and all of this shit. But somebody somewhere forgot that 2024 season still had to be played. And there was a whole lot of lies told, and we can question from the, like you said, from the top to the bottom. I'm not just going to address the coaches on the field, being the head coach to the position coaches. We got to start questioning our strength and conditioning too. Because all that goddamn flamboyant and big body, strong tone lifting, but you got these boys coming from from the northeast coming out pushing your shit in.
It's like the boys knew what was going on. Them boys mauled our D line. They mauled our O line.
Them naked. And
they
just
bust our linebackers in the chest.
You ain't got about it. The playbook is out there. You do not have to pass on this supposed good secondary. Just run the ball and exploit their slow ass linebackers. Don't get me started on Randy Shannon, because this is an exact indictment on Randy Shannon and recruiting. This right here. This shit is coming to fruition. We're all going to have to eat the crow and tell the truth. A lot of us said about Randy Shannon, and we said, the portal, but you weren't going to hit every time on the portal. We were able to hit with Bethune. We were able to get Deloach to get developed. But behind him, you have nothing. No experience in anything. And those who have no experience, that's the simple reason they haven't learned anything. Then the other players, he has too many Randy specials, man. Florida can tell you that. UCF can tell you that shit. His alma mater will tell you that. When your own alma mater's fan base tells you he ain't shit, then we should have listened. He ain't shit.
Listened. Facts. Should have listened.
He can't recruit. This ain't 2000. This ain't the 90s. He's still recruiting linebackers like that. These guys got to be able to run, and they can't run.
Not at all. Not at all. Oh, here go category 5. Wow, what a difference a month makes. Man, listen. Listen, we gonna lie all off season. All we can do is lie and cheer. Category 5. That's all we can do is lie and cheer. And when some shit hit the fan, we gonna tell you some shit hit the fan. And the coaching in this game was abysmal. It was terrible. Overall, everything about that game plan was bad. They got rid of from what the strength of this team was supposed to be on the offensive side of the ball, which was running the ball. They got away from it, like you said. And defensively, that this whole bend but don't break defense until the very end, we don't have the horses to pull that shit off. And you see, it looks like Adam Fuller is just in over his head. He don't have the horses. When he had the horses last year, it looked to me like Verse, Fisk, and Deloach and all of them boys. even in some of them games that we were in that were kind of dogfights, them boys covered up a lot of
holes.
his miscoaching
Mm-hmm.
because they're just that special. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Everybody that was on that defense, last year, the starters that were there, all of them need to get Academy Awards because they were acting out. They were acting their ass off covering up this bullshit. It was piss poor scripting that we saw, and them boys was able to go out there and turn shit into sugar every single game, and they won every single game that was out there. Them boys need to be gifted something. We need to start building statues that say 2013, not 2023 FSU on it, because that was terrible. Let's just jump to the two sides of the ball here.
Okay.
The first side of the ball that pissed me off more than anything was the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Very first note that I got from the defense: what is this scheme? I saw us come out there. We tried the 4-2-5. We tried a 4-3. We tried to line them up wide so that we could get our DNs to keep the contain for Castellanos. We saw them try to move everybody in, and nothing worked. Nothing worked. Our linebackers couldn't fill the holes properly, and when they did fill the holes, it was just it was a screen door. They ran right through that motherfucker, put holes all in our shit. Second thing, I said, why are the players not adjusting? If you know that you need to get to the quarterback or contain the quarterback, why are you not playing with outside leverage? Is this coaching telling you not to take this position? Or is this you as a player not being coached properly in the offseason or in the film room to show you what you should be doing? I played D tackle. I know what it's like. When you in D tackle and you know that you have a running quarterback, you know what they tell you to do? Stand your man up and keep outside contained. That's what you do. Force him back inside so that the big boys can push your man into him, or if he tries to cut through one of the holes, you can come off your block, grab and pull down, or at least slow him up so the linebackers can fill the hole and get him. We didn't do any of that. So I want to look at the players. Are they telling y'all not to keep outside contained with proper technique? What's going on there? And then my third note was just SMH, shaking my damn head, because it was piss poor. Every team that we play, all of them already had a playbook on us, like you said. So who's gonna blink first? Is it gonna be our defenders standing up saying, "Nah, we're not finna go out like this," or is it gonna be the other teams constantly running it down our throats over and over, so that both of our corners look like Deion Sanders when he was playing, where his jersey is just as pristine as it was when he came out of the locker room because they ain't never throw the ball out there?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen now? So give me your thoughts on the defensive side of the ball and what you saw out there.
Okay, what I saw first and foremost, 7 can't set the edge for shit.
Not at all.
And it makes 11 have to compensate. Now 11 actually hustled and played. He played better than he played in the Georgia Tech game. But when you got 4 and you need all 4 to work together, sync together, and you're only getting 1 out of those 4 that's doing his job, then everyone is a renegade basically. I don't know what the hell. I'm gonna have to put test dummy tagged on 7 because he crashes so fucking much on the read option. It's crazy.
No sense.
I've already discussed 6 and 5. They get pushed back more than the Lil Wayne album, so it's just crazy, bro. I'm just tired of seeing it, man.
Hey, we might as well call them boys detox because they ain't never coming out.
Exactly, they ain't never coming out, man. I'm just like, and I don't want to be so hard on the players.
They
because
need sage, not detox. They need a sage. They need a
frankincense, myrrh, all of that shit. They need it all. Crystals, everything.
Yep.
Prayer, holy water, all of
they
it.
getting paid. They getting paid. No, we need no. This, you wanted to get the big bread. Well, guess what comes with the big bread? Criticism. And expectations. And right now you getting crushed by the expectation, and you gonna get this work. Y'all boys was trash. 5, 6, 7, and 11. All y'all garbage. Get them off my field. I want payments stopped. I want them boys to have to go outside and panhandle for their bread. I don't give a damn if you got to pay the light bill back home. You ain't using this bread to go do it. Better go get your ass a 9 to 5. You better go be security.
McDonald's is
security of the world, motherfucker. Get your ass off my field. That's what you can do. Keep going. My bad.
The linebackers. Once again, we've already touched on the situation when the talent level you're recruiting is more to G5, FCS level. I'm just be honest. It is. It doesn't mean these young men aren't football players. It just means that they don't need to be playing football at Florida State. I mean, some of them don't. Let's just be honest here. And it's not a knock on them. They are good football players. They're just not good here. They're not good for the level they're on. they can't cover. And that's that. I mean, in today's football, if you're running a 4-2-5, those linebackers got to be able to cover at least like safeties. If you don't have that, then you got exploited. We got exploited by the wheel route how many times in that game? And if it wasn't for Trayshawn Ward dropping, this game would have been 35-13 because he was fucking gone if he caught that ball.
We can even take that a step further. If Boston College just goes old school Jeff Fisher football and run the ball up the middle 3 times and then try to punt, they would have blew our ass out. It would have been garbage time halfway through the third quarter because we couldn't stop a damn nosebleed.
Anything.
Yeah.
Couldn't
stop
do
anything. We couldn't do anything.
Couldn't catch a cold.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop a nosebleed. There you go. That's
Now-
exactly how it was.
Now I'll play devil's advocate. Like I said, they did get some 3 and outs, when it was needed. But
Too
it was too late but it was a situation where you couldn't trust the offense. And I think that's an issue too. I think they do not trust what's going on the offensive side of the ball. So it's once again, you having to compensate for your teammate, for your brother, as they say, for his responsibility. And then you got to sit here and worry about the whole other side of the ball, not holding up their end of the bargain. Now we can be honest and say the offense put the defense in a lot of compromised positions. And the defense is doing, and it seems like the defense is doing the same damn thing this year. You basically, when you allowed Boston College, even though we had a 3 and out, you allowed Boston College to drive down and score immediately. You put a team with DJ Uiagalelei at quarterback in a position where he has to get us back in the game.
It has to throw the ball over and over.
Exactly. It's a lose-lose situation. And this goes to the head up, be above the coaches. This goes into the boosters. This goes into the damn battles in. This goes into the administration because there's a lot of hands in the cookie jar from what rumors has been saying. A lot of things are being done that ain't right. And I ain't going there because it's rumors, but it's a lot of bullshit. And what we're seeing on the field is just the results of the bullshit behind the scenes.
Message. And he's spot on with what I saw there. The defensive side of the ball was absolute ass. I think Georgia Tech had the ball the entire first quarter. We had 1 possession in the first quarter, and I want to say we had like 3 possessions in the whole first half. Them boys ran the ball. They played old school smash mouth football, and they bust our ass. And then all they did was throw them little quick out passes to the outside, and they picked on 10 the entire time. The defense was piss poor. Jen, give me your thoughts on the defense before we switch over to this offense and that bullshit we saw on that side of the ball.
The defense, you want what I say about it?
Sure.
It made me sick. It made me sick. It made everybody else looking at it sick. And by the way, I love the Tennessee fans in the chat, guys. Shout out to Tennessee fans. You have nothing better to do than to come in here and start going, oh, Tennessee's on the way up. Tennessee, y'all been talking about on the way up for the same amount of time that the Miami Hurricanes been on the way up. Y'all need to win something every year. Tennessee, oh, we're so good. We're so good. And then you go lose to sorry-ass Florida. I'm sorry. It's the funniest shit in the world. Go beat Florida. Win something of significance. Maybe at least a 10-win season. I don't know. But y'all, no. Y'all get the fuck out of here. Stop it. We appreciate the views. I appreciate the love. I know y'all hate my guts, but honestly, it's really a very sad situation. Go enjoy your 1 win. Who'd you play? UT Chattanooga or something? Y'all got to go play NC State next week, which, by the way, I picked Tennessee to win. 100%.
Nobody give a damn about them. Them and their overalls.
Look at what the ACC did this weekend. They fucking blow. Every team blows.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. We ain't in
Virginia Tech's a sleeper team. They're
we
a
ain't in
sleeper
no position
team.
to talk reckless.
They lost to
we look
Vandy.
like one of these mid-ass teams.
One of these mid-ass teams.
And all right, let's jump. Fuck Tennessee. That's all we gonna say about them. Let's jump back over the offensive side of the ball. No. Fuck Tennessee. We ain't got time for none of this bullshit. Go fuck Tennessee. That's what you can do. The offensive side of the ball, we're going to start right at the top. DJU, very first note that I wrote for his big dumpy ass. See, when I'm from the hood, all right, and in the hood, when you saw somebody who was tall, big, and they were just sloppy, we called them dumpy. He a big dumpy ass motherfucker. All right, it looked like he labors to walk. Like he just, ooh, ooh. That's what his ass looked like. Get his big dumpy ass from behind my center. Inaccurate, slow. 40 passes is a recipe for a loss, and he not gonna win us no game. We knew this going in. He was not gonna win us the game. His whole job was to come in and to every once in a while throw a nice little pass, a little play action after the run game was going off. But he's not a 40 pass per game player, not like this.
No.
And I think he was set up for failure. I think the game plan going into this was all wrong. I honestly want to say that the coaches was like, look, this O-line ain't gonna hold up worth a damn. So we need to just try to get the ball out of his hands. But they didn't get the ball out of his hands properly. Where were all of the screens? Where were the quick passes? Where were all of the quick routes? Oh, wait a minute. He did throw those. He just threw them into the fucking stands and threw it to the other players. That's what he did. He threw it to the defense. Sorry ass. I'm done with him. I don't want him there. That 1 year rental, we can go ahead and return his ass back to Blockbuster Video where we got him from, and we can go ahead and see what we got at home. We don't need DJU. We got DJU at the house. We got food at the house. That's what we got here. We can go ahead and sit his ass down, have him use that do-rag. You wear that do-rag like a turban and just be a point of wisdom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sick of him with him. Give me your thoughts on DJU, inaccurate, dumpy ass, and what he did on the field last night.
Well, DJU, you will go down in lore with Alex Honeybrook, Everett Golson, and Mackenzie Milton. All 1 year rentals, all just garbage, hot garbage in a Florida State uniform. And once again, proven mistake. And the thing about it, this is 2 of those quarterbacks are now under Mike. That's the red flag for me, and it's bullshit. So I'll put it this way with DJ. Hindsight's 2020, man. I wasn't a pro DJ guy. I wasn't an anti-DJ guy in the offseason. I knew who I wanted in the situation, but I was going to ride with who I rode with. But we knew this. We knew this because we can go back 4 years, and what were we calling him? Even though we were climbing out of shit, and still we called him what? Mud. But as soon as he comes and switches, we put our glasses on, and we're going to ride with him. This staff's going to get him. It was all a fucking lie. It was all a lie. He's not a quarterback. He's not the kind of quarterback. He has no touch on his passes.
None.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy. You know, he doesn't, you know, good citizen, good upstanding young man.
Right.
But on my football field, he's not a quarterback. And it should have been invested in playing defensive line like his brother, because his brother's cleaning up. And I say it again, and his cousin is cleaning up in Tennessee. That's what I want to see. But we ain't gonna get that from him, man. And to be honest, we all need to just look ourselves in the face as a fan base and say we told ourselves a lie. What the hell do we need to smack ourselves with baby powder? Because some of us was out here capping for real about DJU, knowing damn well a tiger don't change his stripes. And yes, I meant a tiger.
Listen, you're right. He might be an upstanding young man. Look, he wears polos. He wears Dockers with pulled up high with the belt. His belt matches shoes. He dressed like TJ on Smart Guy. That's what he looked like. He looks like a smart guy. He would go to class. He sit in the front. You know, he has his little pouch. His pencils are organized in his pencil holder. He just looks like a nice, upstanding young man. And I'm not going to say anything negative about him or his family. They seem like a tight unit. They're doing work over there. But when it comes to my field, get your sorry ass off it. That's what you can do. You can go get your sorry ass. I don't even want you. All I need to see him doing, he needs to be the guy holding the clipboard. That's what you need to be.
Yeah.
We can be like Kurt Warner when he came back the 7th time. Take your ass over there, put a headset on, get a clipboard. And when them boys come off the field from actually playing, you hand them their iPads and you sit down and let them know what you're seeing. And they can take advisement from you as to whether or not this is going to work. Okay. I saw entirely too many. I saw the 3 times they tried to run him. The 1 time he was just running slower than damn guard. And the guard, he had his hand on the back of the guard, like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And then fell forward. Terrible. Jordan would have took off past the guard, got up and cussed the guard out for getting in his way. All right. They got me looking at, I'm like the Wolverine photo, just staring at the picture of Jordan Travis going, where you at, bro? Why you did this to me?
We miss you. Hey,
it don't make no damn sense. I'm a grown ass man saying that I miss another grown ass man out here in these streets. This don't make no damn sense.
So everybody wants my opinion on TJU, but I can't give my opinion on TJU until I say this. Nobody's allowed to criticize the O-line.
Oh, no. We finna talk about the O-line next. We
Yeah.
started at the
Look,
top. That's next
now,
up on the list.
Here's the problem. We're not allowed to criticize. We got to sit there and give excuses. Maybe Mike just missed Atkins. Nobody misses Atkins.
It is what it is, Jen. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You look
Like,
across that
nobody-
line, and none of the
It's
guys he
awful.
brought,
It's awful.
are playing.
It's all been awful. It's all been awful. And I'm so tired of everybody just sitting here looking at this offensive line going, look at these 26-year-old men. They're really good. No, they're fucking not. Jordan Travis masked so much bullshit
Yes, he did.
on that offensive line, and nobody says a word. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Here's the other thing. DJU has look, I think, yes, I did want him over Cam Ward, and I will still stand by this decision.
You stand on that alone.
Look,
you by your damn self on that one.
I mean, yes, because the reason I did that in the time was that this is where he wanted to be. Cam Ward wanted to be in the NFL, or he wanted to be at Ohio State. He didn't want to be at Florida State, and he didn't want to be at Miami. I wanted someone to be where they wanted to be. That was my philosophy. I've said it a million times. You guys can hate on it all you want to. I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't like it? Come over here and make your opinion known. Get on camera. Be criticized 24/7 and be hated. I don't care. Y'all can all go, jump off a bridge. But here's the deal. The O-line, to me, has been such an issue for the last 3 years. I sit here and watch it. Everybody sits here and praises all the recruits. Where the fuck are the recruits? They're never on the field. You never see them. They sit there in the locker room. They're injured. There's nothing. Nada, zero. I'm over it. We can keep blaming quarterbacks. We can keep blaming the receivers. We can keep doing everything. But nothing will be done until that O-line is fixed. That's it. End of story. Sorry. You got beat on both lines of scrimmage. Offense and defense blown off every single damn time. I'm over it. That's what I would have to say.
Oh, facts. And we're going to jump right into the O-line, because the very first note that I had on the O-line is, how are they this bad? How are they this bad? Everybody on that O-line is an upperclassman. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're right.
So what you're talking about is grown man strength out here getting pushed in. They getting pushed in. Might as well call them an elevator, because they ain't got nothing but buttons that's just getting pressed all day long. Them boys is trash. The second thing, where is the new blood? Where the new blood at? Who are the people behind the starters that we got that can step in to take over? I was told all off season that this was the biggest, strongest, most cohesive O-line that we've seen in a long time. Atkins did a great job with the line. And the only thing that I saw up and down my timeline while I was getting my ass roasted all game was that video of Atkins calling them sorry ass motherfuckers, because he knew they were sorry. And he was calling them sorry ass motherfuckers in practice over and over and over. Well, this is your sorry ass line. So how are they this bad? Because the third thing that I wrote, and this goes right back to what Jen was saying there, recruiting misses are showing up big time.
Yes,
big
they are,
time right now. So if we really want to talk about what the biggest problem with this offense is, DJ is who DJ is. He is, like I said, ass. Pure and utter ass. All right. We might as well just throw a G-string on him instead of that do-rag that he wearing, because he ain't nothing but cheeks. That's what he is. But the O-line is the biggest disappointment. You can have all the stables that you want. Hell, Base Jiren, I just saw you in the chat. That boy said he don't even think Cam Ward could save us at this point. And you 100% correct, my brother. 100%. We could put Tom Brady himself back there, and he would be getting his ass smacked over and over and over behind this raggedy ass line that we got. And that's 100% on Atkins. That is 100% on these recruiting losses. That is 100% on us not doing what we need to do. Where are the big dogs? Where the war daddies at? Where the big boys that's gonna maul somebody? I need me. Who was that center that we had under Jimbo that was playing guard and then they moved him to center? Was it Cam?
No, you're talking about Irving. Cam Irving.
Cam Irving was hiking that motherfucker and taking out 2 defensive tackles at a time. He'll push through 1 D tackle and go up to a linebacker and just give him a hug, look at his mama in the stand and plant that boy flat on his back. Where the Cam Irvings at? All right, where they at? Where the big dogs at? Why we can't get an Evan Neal every once in a while? Why we can't get a Petty every once in a while? Where are the studs that we need to pull in? All I hear, Armella ain't worth a damn.
Bad
Armella ain't nothing.
evaluation.
Armella ain't nothing but a glorified cheerleader out there with his burst fade and his gold chain on. Go take your ass to Miami, bro. Go hype up day crowd. That's what your sorry ass can go do. I don't want to see you on my field. I don't want to see him getting no shine on TV. Get him the hell up out of here. Where is the O-line that we were told we were going to see all off season? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
It looks like all we got was the same thing with the defense, a bunch of hype. We see a bunch of big guys get off the bus, but that Jordan, as you said, Jen, he really masked a lot of bullshit. You really have to see it now. And I'm not calling the players shit. I'm saying they're players shit. So we'll get that. Let's make sure we get that clear. But they're gonna get this word right now. The line in itself. Let's start with Atkins. Bad recruiting decisions, bad evaluations from his classes that he's had in the prep past. Most of those guys have already transferred out, and most of them didn't end up on another P5 school. They went down, or they don't have a home right now. The ones that are still there still can't crack the goddamn lineup. You're still recruiting transfer players over them. The only homegrown guys they have are Smith, Washington, and Scott. And those guys are so banged up from having to play so early. They're damaged goods. None of them really have pro careers in their future because they're damaged.
An O-line full of Danny Glovers. That's what we got.
It's basic. No, Danny DeVito, more like Danny Glover, goddamn it. Danny DeVito. Let's say Danny DeVito, goddamn it. Shit, this is ridiculous in what we're seeing here. You got Keandre. I'm gonna start throwing names because these are grown men. These aren't children. Keandre, you got too many pieces of that they either pass block or run block or can't do one either. I don't know what the hell he can do. We're taking everybody's rejects. We're looking, he came from Auburn, the SEC. Well, they didn't cry when he fucking left.
Sucks.
They didn't cry when he left. We got Ferguson. We got all these other guys we kept talking about with Richie and all of them. Darius Washington got his fucking lunch ate on that offensive line last night by a guy I can't even pronounce his last name, but everybody's gonna know his name now because that's teach tape and that's gonna get him fucking drafted.
Did at least this one have a neck? Because Georgia Tech,
he did.
Wonder was just running all over the damn place.
Ask Darius the question.
Hold on, Rod. 2 trips. Atkins haven't even been able to coach in the game yet. Y'all clowns. Motherfucker, he ain't been recruiting to worth a damn.
He's been recruiting. Yeah, what are you talking about, Rod? Let me handle this one here, a tiny hat. Look at man. Atkins has been here since Mike's been here. What are we talking about? We're talking about coaching the game. We're talking about the personnel in which is on the roster and which he brought in and is not there anymore. He's brought in a bunch of second mid-tier level players. G5 offensive linemen, if that. Didn't you hear what I just said? Of those linemen that transferred out from that class, which was what, the 21 or 22 class? He has what? Armella and Early are the only ones left out of what? 6 linemen brought in. None of them landed on a P5 roster or a P2 roster. They're all at your grandmama state right now.
Right. We got a whole offensive line full of guards right now. We got a whole offensive line.
Is it Atkins in the chat? Because it now says, don't mean anything. Haven't been able to coach during the game, clowns. Excuse me. Hold up. Where was he during the Boston College game last year? Was he on the field? Let me know. Was he at the Pitt game last year? Did you go rewatch that? Did you rewatch that? Because I have.
Rod.
That offensive line was shit all last year. You went 13-0 on luck because Jordan Travis and Jared Verse masked a bunch of shit that nobody wanted to talk about with the offensive line and the defensive line. You can say it, you can hate all you want to, but Alex Atkins, I'm sorry, that's the conversation we all need to start having. We have it about Adam Fuller all the damn time. We have it about
Randy.
Randy Shannon. Yeah. I'm sorry, I haven't seen one unit other than the backup linebacker coach showing some fire and David Johnson. Excuse me. That's it. And Patrick Surtain. That's it. That is 100% it.
Hey, Rod, you can say he ain't coaching. We ain't even talking about him coaching. See, this is how I know you don't comprehend right. Why don't you take your ass and go cheer for Miami,
We're
bro?
talking about
You
his
can laugh at what
recruiting, bro.
we're talking about recruiting. Show us the recruit that Alex Atkins has put in the league from the beginning of his tenure back at Charlotte all the way up until now.
None.
Show us the high-level
Zero.
recruits, the studs that he brought into this program since he been here. I
Also,
damn sure know.
Rod,
I damn
let's
sure
see
know I
if
see him
that.
puffing on cigars, though. I damn
Let's
sure know I
see
see
if
him
that.
puffing on cigars.
And let's see if his top recruit this year actually makes it into the class. I'm going to guarantee you he fucking doesn't.
Whew,
Flip watch.
whew. So when I'm looking at this, I'm not talking about him not coaching this season, son. I'm talking about the fact that he has not put a product on the field this season that should put us in a position where should be able to succeed. We have an offensive line full of guards.
Yes.
Don't believe me? Go look at the NFL Pro Football Focus scouting report on the best offensive lineman we got and what is it? Darius Washington. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what do they project him as at the next level?
Guard.
A guard.
Mm-hmm.
And we got him playing left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look at the scouting report on Richie Leonard. He's a guard. Oh, we got him playing guard. Look at Maurice Smith. We got him playing center. You know what he is? A guard. Every single player on that offensive line, they're all guards playing out of position. And they're doing that because we don't recruit well enough. We don't get the studs on the offensive line so that we'll be able to run better the game plan. But we can puff on them cigars all we want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear shit out of nobody who can't comprehend. So reading is fundamental, Playboy. So shut your ass up. That's what you can do. Let's go to the skill positions, wide receivers and running backs.
Man.
Running backs, we ain't even got to say much about them because I ain't see no running back. Did y'all see a running back on the field?
I saw Toafili drop some balls.
Did y'all see a running back on the field?
I saw him block. I saw Toafili drop some balls. I also saw the same balls being thrown past him on easy throws or towards the damn dirt. He might as well laid his jersey on the damn ground.
That's what I saw. We had 23 yards rushing.
Yeah,
23
or 21 yards rushing, something like that. Yeah,
20 yards rushing against Boston College at home in a run-first offense. 20 yards rushing all night long. Their quarterback torched us.
Yes,
that's what we saw. All right, that's terrible. That's terrible. I'm looking at that running back room. Roydell got vision for days. Roydell couldn't break through a paper bag. He couldn't break through a piece of notebook paper.
And why was that?
You blow on him, he fall over.
Yeah.
You blow on him, he fall over. Cam Davis, he got through the line a couple of times. He busted it. He young. He gonna grow in the sun. We gonna see what Cam Davis got. Jalen Lucas, we couldn't even get him the damn ball. Couldn't even get him the ball at all. So when I'm looking at the running back room, I can't even say what they are and are not at this point. All I know is that if you blow on them, if a strong gust of wind come through, they go down. No yak whatsoever. No yards after contact at all. But that's what I'm looking at. That's what I see with the running backs. We can just skip over that. Receivers. Who coaching receivers right now?
Apparently a guy that just wants them to learn how to block well and not run routes and catch the ball.
The receiving room is plebeian at best.
Yeah.
Now, what I'll say about the receivers, we were told all off season that this receiver room is pure and utter ass. That's what we were told. Dropping balls, inconsistent. And we saw that today. Or we saw that last night. DJ did hit quite a few people in their chest. Ball hit the dirt. DJ hit quite a few people in the hands. Ball hit the dirt. Even when you wanted to get the man some confidence on the short passes, on the crossing routes, on the comebacks, when he was hitting you in the chest, you dropped the ball. I don't even want to hear 84's name no more.
No,
I'm not even going to speak
that
man's name. I'm done with that individual. I was told all off season 247 Sports, Spear Addicts. I was told all off season 84. They got hope for 84. 84 is going to be a big part of the offense. Bring Biscuit ass back in here. Biscuit would knock somebody head the hell off.
Sorry.
And Biscuit would actually go downfield, catch the ball. He'll fall as soon as they blew at him. But Biscuit would at least catch that motherfucker. What is 84 doing? What is 84 doing? He threw how many passes did 84 get targeted with? They must have done through everything at this man. He dropped a wide open fade. He dropped the ball in the end zone. They hit him in the hands. They hit the dirt. He threw the ball more like I ain't even saying 84 should not see the field any longer. I don't want 84 in there at all. Get his ass off my field. The skill position was terrible. No way.
We checked on the females around these men, allowing them to get some the night before these games. because you can't tell me that didn't happen again. You cannot tell me that this didn't happen again. Ma'ams, I asked you last week to not open your legs for these men again on the night before games. You've got to stop. You're ruining our vibes. You're ruining our vibes.
Hey, Jiz said if you are a lady that goes to FSU and they say they on the football team, don't give them no ass. That's what she just said. She said they are not allowed to clap them cheeks. That's what I want to put out there right now. If you are a young lady at Florida State University, Greek Row, all of y'all, what's the girl, Hunter Ray, whatever her name is, the one that always giving terrible, her, any of your girls, if they say they play on the team, they cannot touch damn part of your body unless they have 2 catches for at least 20 yards. I need a 10-yard per catch average before they can touch you if they're a skill position. All right?
Start throwing prices out there, man.
5 pancake blocks before they can even see a titty. All right. I need 2 sacks before you are allowed to even sniff the seat that she was sitting on at the Wawa. I don't want them to be able to get nothing. All right. All blocked. Jen say she blocking everybody. I don't want to hear it no more. You think you gonna get all the perks of being on the Florida State football team? You can wear the gear, you can go holler at the girls, you can collect the bag. But if you're not producing on the field, we need to start taking them perks away. Oh, y'all sign contracts for this NIL money? All right, get your bread, but you're not gonna get no ass, and you ain't getting no gear. You can't get no gear. All right, we sending over blockers all the time. The same way your ass ain't blocking, you getting blocked on the field. We gonna send blockers out there to block you from all that scattered ass wandering around Tallahassee.
Man, it's a damn shame, bro, when you have to sit here and say that the only players on that team that deserves any titties and ass is the damn kicker and the punter.
Is the kicker and the punter. MVPs of the squad are your kicker
Master
and your
Amano
punter.
has that Australian accent, so you know he pulls in good too. Just saying.
Yo, the skill positions ass.
It needs to look like the Sahara on campus right now. The damn drought continues. I mean, tumbleweed should be rolling through that bitch.
Let's go.
We need monks. Get some monks in there to go guard the damn rooms that these boys are playing in. Get the monks in there. Some Catholic priests. Well, maybe not them. But like, I just because then they still might get some. But like, I say this because I'm Catholic. I can be allowed to say it. But no, this is so bad. There is no reason for these guys to be getting laid. And they're getting laid because they're sitting there in front of their Lambos and doing all this stuff on Instagram. They are. I need the women's names. Y'all need to stop for the better of the program. Please.
Right.
Close your legs.
That's what y'all need to do. Shout out to Tay9. That boy said tits for Fitz. You 100% right. I hope we need to make Fitz the new bachelor, FSU bachelor. We can go ahead and find him somebody and be out here in these streets. We should put them 2 on Love Island. Let them go out there and find them Aaliyah. Find them a nice little Aaliyah out here in these streets. That's what they can do. Let's get FSU Love Island going. All right. Anyway,
look, Tiny Hat trying to make me happy bringing up Love Island. I'm like,
look at her shaking her shoulders. Get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together. All right. So let's get back to overall.
Okay.
So now that we went down the list on what's going on with the players, we got problems with this program.
Yeah.
We don't have a program right now. We don't have the PROGRUM. We don't have the program. We got a program right now. We got problems with the program. Yeah. Number 1 on my list was recruiting.
Yeah.
Number 1 was recruiting. Mike hasn't had any stone cold killers. I dropped a whole bunch of names last week that I would love to see him go out there. And I know all of them were messy. You ain't have to send me all the DMs and all of the messages telling me that the people that I was saying having all kind of problems. I know who I was saying was messy, but guess what they did? They recruited their ass off. I need Mike to get killers. That's what I need. If we got to go find Brewster and dust him off, give him a 12-pack. If we got to get out here and get Damian Craig back over here to do what he need to do, I'm going old school because them the old names. I don't know who these new cats are now, but what I do know is one thing that I know about Taquito Taggart down there in Miami is he is punching you in your chest.
Yes.
If you are not recruiting all day long. That's what we know about Taquito Taggart. We know that's what he's doing. So Mike need to get him some stone cold killers. Recruiting. Number 2 is NIL. Yeah, we have one of the best well-run NIL organizations in college football. All of the metrics say that we one of the top NIL programs in the country. That money ain't being spent properly.
So
I saw
where's it
them
going?
go and dump all of that bread into the players that they wanted to keep. It looked like they got hosed last year. They went and dumped all of the money to keep the players that were on the team, the names that we knew from last season, to try to run this thing back and make a run at it. They figured we only got 3 games to watch out for. We can just run roughshod over everybody else. And they paid a whole bunch of people that don't have no dog in them. I need y'all to go get some dogs out here. I don't care if the number 1 linebacker in the country is already committed to Georgia. Take your ass over there. Hey, what do we need to pay you to get this conversation? Go get me the man who was handed out the McDonald's bags full of cash at Tennessee and give him some fucking McDonald's and Wendy's bags. Hell, give him a Chick-fil-A sack. Have Chick-fil-A cater something and put nothing but hunnets inside the damn catering, inside the sternos. That's what you can go do. All right. Get me some killers. That's what I need. All right. That's number 2. The number 3 thing that we got a problem with, the coaches. I'm telling you right now, and we're gonna pause on this one so y'all can jump in there. I think that these coaches have reached their absolute apex in terms of what they can do for this program. Every single one of them. Every one of them. Dugans, we were on Dugan's ass a couple of years ago when we were until he landed a couple of nice ones, and we trying to see where they at. Destin Hill, I mean, he had his injury issues and all of that stuff. We haven't seen him produce yet. Hakeem, we ain't seen him out there yet. We got young guys right now. I want to see a youth movement. We see these young guys. Let's see what Dugans is doing out here with them. Alex Atkins, we already know went over what he hasn't been doing this whole time. Odell, love you, Odell.
Time to retire.
Bye.
Build him a statue.
Ruth Bader Odell, that's what we got. Ruth Bader Higgins is what we got right now. Get your old ass up out of here, all right? All right, and this is coming from love right here. We'll build you a statue. We'll put it out front. We can make you a figurehead, but we need a young dog that we can put out here and go get this work done.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sorry. Why did that make me?
What is it? What is it said? You become the hero, or you stay long enough to become the villain.
Become the villain. Yeah,
and that's what's happening.
We calling you Mr. Freeze right now because your ass is frozen in 2012. Get your old ass out of here. I love you, but you got to go, Grandpa. Let's get you on up out of here. Hey, let's hand him the knife, put him on the ice floe. He got it. All right, that's what that is. Who else we got out here? Papuchis.
Yeah,
my DNs look like ass. Where my backup DNs at? Where you at, Papuchis?
Yeah. Show me a guy you developed from the scratch that didn't come from the portal. You saying Peyton? If Peyton is your peak, if Peyton is your fucking peak, then your peak ain't there no more. You can only go so far with that Indomitian Sue shit that you produced, and the shit you did at LSU, and the shit you did at Nebraska. We talk, and the shit with Verse and Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson. Yep.
Yeah, but it's time to show and prove your guys. Where are your guys that you recruited from scratch and you have developed? They're not there.
Yeah, where your recruits coming in? Let's see where your dogs at. That's what I want to see. Randy Shannon. Let's just let that linger.
Yeah, say it one more time. You say it 2 more times, it's gonna be like Candyman.
It's like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
I wish his ass would show up. Y'all will watch me whooping old man ass in this motherfucker. Our linebackers look like Randy Shannon himself had the helmet in the past.
Yeah,
sorry ass. Get him off my staff.
As we used to call him while he was the head coach of Miami, we called him Radio. You know it. I know it. Everybody fucking called his ass that.
Get Radio Randy ass the fuck out of here.
Radio Randy.
You gotta go.
Sling Blade.
Hey yo.
Not Sling Blade.
Sling Blade. He just sits there with a dead fucking stare. Let's just be 100 here. Angry ass stare. He mad at everything. Like, I have already said this. I'll play the fucking video games with the kids. If that's what it takes to get a recruit, I'll stay up all night and do it. If that's what it takes. If he don't want to do that, and if he'd rather be in bed at 7, while everybody else is out at 2 in the morning, up 3 in the morning, getting these kids, these prospects and playing games, doing whatever it takes to get them in the door. You can say what you want, like you said about Mario, but he wears the shit out of these kids, and he gets enough of what he needs to get. It ain't all about recruiting, but you got to get some of the Jimmies and Joes, because sooner or later, if you don't have the Jimmies and Joes, them X's and O's ain't gonna be about shit. You got to have a balance of both.
Well, and yeah, because Mario doesn't have the X's and O's.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, but he got enough Jimmys and Joes to roll that ball out there and get it done. It's the same with Kirby. He's beating people with talent.
Yep.
He has more talent. I got more dogs than you do. You come into the dog park with 2 goddamn Chihuahuas while I got 6 Rottweilers. And they all haven't been fed yet. And then I'm bringing a pit bull off the bench, and he's hungry too.
Yes. Y'all remember that just video of the kid from Mississippi who ended up going to like Mississippi State or some bullshit? And they did this whole like little cha-cha dance. Like, I'm so over this bullshit. I don't have the words. It's just gross. You lose kids all the time. You don't recruit them. And I'm fine with not recruiting them when you're winning. If you're winning, look, I'm gonna bow down to you. I don't care.
We need to have them in.
But you got to start doing something here, because what you're showing me on the field right now, you are about to lose to the University of Memphis by 14. That's what I'm calling as of today. That's what I think is going to happen. Look, you shake your head at me. You shook your head at me on last Monday, and what happened? What happened? What happened?
I'll tell you this right now.
Memphis is better than Boston College by a mile.
We lose to Memphis. First off, RQ, shut your ass up. And Mario, we trust. We're trusting them holy ass loafers on your
Mario Crystal tits.
Fuck out of here. Go get him a mankini. Anyway, if we lose to Memphis, let us lose to Memphis in 2 weeks. I tell you this right now. I'm gonna drive to Tallahassee myself. Y'all gonna see me on the new Fort Lauderdale, man. Ass whooped up in Tallahassee by FSU security, because that ain't happening. We not losing to Memphis. I'm not. No.
A whole lot of Christmas trees are going to be on the side of the damn curb if we lose to Memphis. It's time.
If anybody who watches the game, you watch Memphis. I mean, obviously I live here. I'm just saying they are light years ahead of Boston College.
Yeah, they have talent. They have talent.
Yes. Coaching, maybe not so much. But I do think Memphis is a tougher team than Boston College. And you just got bent over, your pants pulled down, and all these things on national TV as the only game again. Why are y'all doing this to us? Why are you doing it to us?
Hey, Jen, I want to put something in perspective for you and Tiny Hat. You just said something about coaching. Let's put this in perspective. When Mike took the job, his original offensive line coach is the head coach at Memphis. The defensive coordinator he won is the head coach at Oregon. The running back coach that he had is now the running back coach at Ohio State, which came from Oregon. Now his running back coach that he has now, he wanted to be the wide receiver coach. Let's put this shit in perspective. Let's put it all together. And I'm trying to tell you something. A lot of these guys were not his first choice. And Odell was, as usual, forced on him.
You got to take this guy. Right. I don't like it. I truly do think that these coaches have reached the ceiling with what they can do with this program. All right. They got us back to a position where we were nationally talked about. Florida State, of course, in the minds of everybody.
Let's not forget
what it is.
Chris Marv too.
Went undefeated. But we need some dogs in here now. We need some dogs. Mike, one of the things that Mike said when he first came onto the staff was that he tells his players, hey, you like your position coach? Don't get used to him, because I'm very good at evaluating talent on the coaching side of the ball. That's what Mike Norvell said himself. Go back and watch it. He said it himself. He evaluates coaches and he puts them in those positions and he expects them to get poached. I don't see nobody knocking on our door to take one of these coaches. I heard that all last year. Should we be worried about Alex Atkins being taken? Is somebody going to come poach Alex Atkins? I ain't heard NAM program. Come out here and say they're going to try to poach anything off of this staff. The only program that I've seen try to poach any coach out here is Mike Norvell. And we saw Bama try to go get his ass.
Yeah. And rumors about Fuller to Boston College, and may have helped us win if he had took that job.
But take your ass up.
I do think Memphis was kicking the tires on Alex Atkins. I will say that.
Bye.
It didn't happen. Ryan Silverfield lucked into winning 10 games.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
So
yes.
it's whatever at that point. I think these coaches we need to overhaul this. They're not going to do it. I don't really like talking about it, but at this point, I mean, they're not going to do it as at the beginning of the season. They still got time. Technically, we can still win the ACC. We got all of this shit. I'm not putting none of that.
Who gives a shit?
I want to see
cares?
what we got moving forward. I want to see
Can we
what
make
we
a
do
bowl
moving forward.
game? Shit, that's the only thing I'm worried
I
about.
don't
Can we
even
make
give
a
Can we
a
bowl
win a
fuck
game?
about that.
game? Bowl game? You're talking playoffs. Let's cue that one. Playoffs. Win
No.
a bowl game. You
No.
make it to a bowl game. Win a game is where I'm coming from at this point. Because
Yeah.
again, what I saw, it got worse from Georgia Tech to Boston College, and that is very disturbing as far as I'm concerned. I just, and again, you're going into a bye week. I get it. Thank God we get to take a week off from this hell. But you're going to
That
play
week might
Memphis.
beat our ass too.
And
I mean, listen, our next few
if
games.
there's one team that can lose to a bye week, it's going to be this one, isn't it?
We got Memphis in 2 weeks. We got Cal after that. We got SMU after that in Dallas, and then we play the first big game of the season, which is Clemson.
Shit.
Which is they gonna put belt to ass to us at Doak this year.
Yeah.
That's gonna be rough. Then we got Duke. Then we got Miami. Then we got another team that I don't even want to talk about, and then we got Notre Dame, who is also gonna beat our ass if we keep playing the way we play.
Which is terrifyingly
That's just what it
embarrassing.
is. That's what it is. We literally have a shitty game that we should win, that we're going to be in a dogfight in, and a game where we probably going to catch the belt and catch them hands from whoever it is because of how hard we talked all our shit last season. And what do we got? Charleston, Northwestern State before we have to go play Florida in the mid-off of the century. That's what they should call that game if we keep playing like this. The mid-off of the century.
Ugh.
That's what that shit is. We watched them get
You're
their
making me
shit pushed in.
sick.
I mean, to be honest, that real quick, just to be honest, the way we're headed and the way we've been looking, that Florida State game is going to be a mid-off. I mean, it's going to be a fucking mud bowl.
The
It
mid-off of the
really
millennium.
is. I mean,
It's
for
gonna
the
be the
millennium.
Spider-Man meme of
Yeah.
the you.
Exactly.
You suck. No, you suck. No, you suck.
I can't, man. I can't do it. I need Mike them to they need to shake something up. I want to see. They got 2 weeks. We gonna see what y'all look like coming out here. But I'm telling you right now, I would have pulled it. I would have said youth movement.
Yeah.
I've seen some people say, no, it's too early. Give them a chance. If once you're out of ACC contention, then go ahead and put the young guy. I want to see LaWayne McCoy next game.
Yeah.
I want to see Elijah Moore next game.
Yes, sir.
I want to see Landon Thomas next game. I want to
Preach.
see the young guys. Let them young brothers get burned. Because when you play the young guys, yeah, they're going to make mistakes. But the players we got now making the mistakes. We'll live with it. All right. The second thing that you get is you can use that on, say it with me, everybody.
Recruiting.
The recruiting trail.
See, we
what
play our
Jeremiah
young
Smith
ones.
is doing. We see what all of these other youngins are out here doing. Why can't we go out there and let them boys get some shine and then go on the trail and say, hey, you come to Florida State, we letting the next motherfucker play. That's what we're
right.
doing. They can say what they want about us getting players in the portal to take your spot. No, you're going to get out here and play. I want to see Hakeem get out there. I want the young guys to get the shine. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. I want all youth movement, but that's just me. I know what Brock Glenn looked like last year. He had all off season, and it's just hey, spread them wings and get your ass on up out. Get your ass out here.
And by the way, I just have to say one thing. Brock Glenn's got that Memphis swagger. That's what you need in this coming up game. I'm telling you right now.
Brock Glenn reminded me. Remember when we had who's it? Clint Trickett.
Yeah.
Remember when he came in that Oklahoma game?
Oklahoma game,
and he was out there letting that bitch fly. That's what we need. Somebody who gonna let that bitch fly and not worry about it. Who ready to go? Get the young bucks out there and let's get it going. But I'm telling you right now, hey RQ, you an asshole for that. Mike Norvell gonna break the Porter record next year. You an asshole. You an asshole.
You know what? If we speak on Brock, I'm not speaking to Brock's talent, but just like you, Jen, with his mindset and his attitude on the field, he plays confident. You saw nothing but dead. You didn't see a fire from the person who's supposed to be the most vocal player on the team or just by leader. That's your quarterback. He has a Baker Mayfield kind of mentality.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't talking about how he played in college, but I'm just talking about his mentality. He's a gunslinger. He's going to mess up, but I'd rather go down swinging with my homegrown and continue to let that throw the football to
And
my
look,
players.
like I've said, Brock has that Memphis swagger. If anybody knows anybody from Memphis, let me tell you, y'all know me. We think we're coming up in here and winning everything. We think we're just gonna, run this shit down. Now, does it turn out badly? Sometimes, yes. Is the city dangerous? For sure. I mean, but I'm just saying, I love my city. I love my town. And let me tell you something. I would do it. I think I would do it.
I would yank him and put him in now.
At this point, you got to go youth movement. You don't have to necessarily influx the whole team, but some of your skill position, definitely your quarterback coming out of this bye, it is time. I mean, you got a quarterback that you need to see what he is. We saw some things in the end of but it was his freshman year. He was a true freshman last year. He missed a lot of games, which a lot of people, some people don't know. He missed. Against what was it, North Alabama. That was his first game back. And he had to get rushed into playing that game when what happened with Tate or whatever, and then of course Jordan. But he does have a mindset that I'm gonna throw this, I'm gonna let this bitch rip. I'm not scared to throw the ball. I'm gonna test your secondary. Whether I throw this pick, it's incomplete or what, you're gonna know I'm here. And then also this was pointed out, and I'll give a shout out to one of my guys on Twitter, Keith. He talks about what DJ is not a threat in the run game. So if he can't run and he also can't throw, then why in the fuck is he out there? Brock is a threat to pull the ball, and he will run, and he will attempt to make yards and make something happen. It could kill you, but hey, I've seen it before. We saw it with Christian. I remember the game. Anyone remember the game with Christian Ponder's first game? We had to come in against Virginia Tech. He did not look great. He had good moments, he had bad moments, but that propelled him into resurging the program in his next couple of years. That's what we need. We need an influx of our own to start doing it, taking our own guys. Stop with all the portal shit. We've seen it. We're 0-2 now. All them damn playoff dreams is done. All we need to focus on, like you said, Jen, is the next game.
That's it. Game by game.
And by the way, guys, I'm not pulling the plug on DJU saying that he should never start another game. Well, yeah. I mean, I get that. What I'm saying is I think Brock versus Memphis is the way to go. Let's see how it goes. I am not saying, I mean, again, we don't know how it'll go. I think Memphis is going to, if you ask me today with a gun to my head, I think Memphis beats Florida State by 14 points.
Tell me, hold up. RQ, you had asked, that boy said DJ the thickest point guard since Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, and I just told him pause. You need to pause that one. Pause. No Diddy, my guy. That's egregious. Hey, reckless on this dang comments.
Hey, shout out to the chat, man. We gonna get out. We gonna get out of here in a little bit.
RQ is blocked for me, so I can't even see his.
I do want to jump in though. There's two little things before we get out of here. Number one, if y'all watch the main show, the Renegade Report, they had a BC beat writer on there by the name of, and let me get this brother's name, Mitch Wolf. Mitch Wolf.
He owned you a little bit.
I went on the show and I flamed his sorry ass in his sorry ass school. I barked and talked recklessly about that man program. And after they beat our ass, he went on Twitter, tagged me on Twitter at In the Pope if you want to tag me on there. And that boy said, hey, this Mac school just beat your ass and we need no red rags to do it. And I went, damn.
Oh, brutal.
He tore you up, man. No
damn. And then just to add salt to the fucking wound, he would have tagged me and said, hey, BC fans, Tiny Hat called BC a Mac team. I need all of y'all to remind him that Bill O'Brien has built a monster. And then sent all 37 of the Boston College Golden Eagles fans in my mentions to talk reckless about me. So everybody, shout out to Mitchell T. Wolf, Mitchell Mitchell T. Wolf with an E at the end. Just go light his ass up and say, hey, Tiny Hat sent us over here. And he just wanted to say, fuck all y'all, all right? Good game, but fuck y'all. he came with the heat. So shout out to Mitchell T. Wolf and the BC writer there. That definitely was solid. We go, DW with the super chat down. Hey DJ, helmet on the left, pads on the right.
Right. Thank you for your service.
Get your ass out of here. You can enjoy the perks. Hey, go get yourself a big gulp. and you can go over there and coach my younger players. That's what you can do.
That's
Get a
right.
clipboard because you're not going to the next level.
Yeah.
All right, you're not doing it. So, oh, and then the last thing that I wanted to touch on, one of our D tackles, not gonna say which one, is was getting wild, sentimental, and emotional on
Ooh.
IG.
Oh yes.
Jen, let's turn this over to Jen. Any news on who these soft ass, emotionally weak ass D tackles were?
Can you imagine posting on your IG about your Lambos and your jewelry or whatever else is you're doing, and then you stand there with your hands up your ass as Boston College runs over you into the end zone, and then because a fan actually says, "Hey, wait, what are we doing?" You want to call him a P word? I don't say that word. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You want to call him a P word? You want to sit there and criticize this fan? You're taking that fan's money. You're taking that fan's money. You're cashing that fucking check, and you're sitting on your damn hands as Boston College runs through you and blows you off the ball. You're taking photos in Ireland as Georgia Tech beat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
These fans don't have the money that you have. At this point, obviously, you're being paid what? $800,000 a year? Whatever the fuck they're getting paid. Who gives a shit? Because it's not well worth earned money. That's the truth. And you want to sit there and start messaging fans? That's how I know your ass is distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Get off social media.
Mm-hmm.
Get off social media. Focus. Whatever you need to do to regroup. Stop eating the honey fried chicken. I don't know what y'all are doing, but you're clearly not focusing on football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, so you heard it here first, people. 6, get your shit together. All right.
Yep.
All right. Sensitive thugs don't need hugs. Shout out to Ed in the chat. Sensitive thugs can't be out here asking for hugs, bro. 6, get your shit right, bro. Come on,
Take
dog.
Greg Jones' jersey off. Take Derek Gibson's jersey off. Take Leroy Butler's jersey off. Now you notice
The
I
fact
said
that
6.
he's wearing Greg Jones's jersey makes me even sicker.
I said 6 3 times. That's hell. That's what Boston College and Georgia Tech has had his ass in the last 2 games. Hell.
Put belt to ass to our boys. So again, I want to shout out to the chat. We went over here, but you know what? It needed to be said. A lot of these other places y'all gonna go, they're gonna go out here and try to rose color it and we heard this, we heard it. No, you lying ass motherfuckers were the ones who lied to us all off season. All right, all of y'all, 247. All right, all of y'all, Jeff Cameron, all y'all ran out here and running your mouths and had us out here getting all hyped up and hoped up just for us to go out here and watch this shit on the field. That's what this is.
It was shit.
This shit out here. All right. I listen, like I said before, this is BET Uncut. I got it on BET right now, and I'm gonna hit the back button just in case my mama open the door and catch me looking at this ass bouncing on camera. This is terrible what I'm watching right now. Be better. That's what we want. We can criticize this squad because we love it that much. Be better. We want better for our program.
And guys, one thing I want to say to the chat is, yes, did we say we called games? We picked games. We don't get to watch practice. We depend on other news. No offense. I don't know if anybody else's eyeballs work, but that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pick anything off of other than what you read.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was wrong, and I changed my opinion after game 1. I don't know what else y'all want to say. I was the only person that picked Boston College to beat Florida State. Mm-hmm. Literally the only one. The only one.
Yep, and she was spot on what she said. I even roasted her my damn self and had to give her a public apology. I want to apologize again to my FSU Harley Quinn. Don't do it again though, because I can't be out here apologizing too many more times.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to on September 14th. I can tell you that right now.
Nope, I'm not doing it. But Deshaun, tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me at Double D's Let's Talk Ball podcast,
Mhm,
Double D's Let's Talk College, which I will be
mhm,
shooting an episode right after I get done with you guys. We're gonna talk
mhm,
about this debacle, as well as week 1 and then week 2, and then also D's Corner, DSCOR,
mhm.
D's Corner.
Oh, absolutely. I want to thank Deshaun for pulling up. Thank you to everybody in the chat, even the haters, RQ305, Category 5, that sorry ass brother Rob, whoever the hell he was coming in here thinking he a FSU fan. Hey, you ain't no true fan if you going to sit here and keep lying when your eyes are telling you something different. Be
Hmm.
better. Want better for yourself. You have, like Cat Williams said, you have an irrational attachment to losers, and I need you to be better. Okay. I don't know what your house look like, but it might be a cardboard box somewhere and you using a Wi-Fi at a Starbucks. So be better for yourself, okay? For
Tiny
the
hat.
FSU Harley Quinn and for the rest of the squad out here, I do want to say thank everybody for pulling up here. We will see y'all next week because FSU got all of the smoke this week. We off, but we damn sure gonna be back here roasting another team for the first time in this college football season because we want to talk trash and talk reckless about everybody. So to everybody, thank y'all for pulling up. Tiny Hat Gang, we out. Go
We out.
Noles, baby.
Go Noles.